Your number's finally up.
Sean Windsor.
I ain't afraid to die, Warden. Do your worst.
Then let the record show that on this day, by the power vested in me...
Whoa! Hey! Do I pull this thing here right now? Can I do it now? Or are you gonna give me some kind of high sign?
No, Mr. Executioner, if you could...
Hey, no need for formalities.
Name's ML Elric.
Friends call me
The Soul of Detroit.
You asked it around, you took it out of my face. It's gone.
What are you doing? Come on.
That is not paid for by them. That is paid for by the people of Detroit.
You might qualified, ML.
I'm not qualified for this job.
Let me tell you something. You want to go right now? Okay? You want to go right now?
Hey kids, it's your old pal ML Elric coming to you live after recording an interview with David Koechner. I got to tell you, when I got into journalism, I love sports and I love entertainment. I never wanted to cover them because I thought if you meet the people you really like, you're going to find out you don't like them so much. I guarantee you, after you hear our interview with David, you are going to love this guy as much.
Very
as
likable
we
guy.
did. Fantastic. And if you love him, come see him. He's going to be at the Funny Bone in Toledo on October 24th. I believe that's a Friday. That's a pretty good Friday in Toledo. No offense to the good people of Toledo. And on Sunday, October 26th, he's going to be at Ridley's Comedy Castle. He does a 2-hour show as Todd Packer doing office trivia, and then he works some stand-up in there too. Great show. It's going to be a great time. And I think I have a late hockey game that night, I think I'm going to be there along with my daughter Sophie, who joins us. And of course, we might try and drag Mark out here unless Drew has him chained to the basement.
When doesn't he have me chained to the basement?
Well, you know, it's kind of creepy when you think about it. But this is all brought to you by
It's
Luke.
Consensual.
Still creepy. It's actually maybe creepy that you dig it, but and now I'm really uncomfortable. Damn, I can't wait for Dave to save the day. But this is all brought to you by Luke Nowacki and Pinnacle Wealth Strategies. If you're looking for a plan for the future, call Luke. He'll give you a plan. Sophie, you got to call Luke, by the way. And also, I want to tell you about the Caju Cafe. It's a great place for a great time on the east side. We'll tell you a little later on the show what's going on there. And of course, those of you who get to watch the interview with Dave, who zoomed in front of his big-ass calendar, that's exclusive to our soulmates. That's the Patreon supporter group. For as little as $5, you get to watch the show. You get it before everybody else. You get to avoid a lot of the annoying insertion ads. And you get to do what people who are smart do. They sit down, they watch, and they listen to Dave Koechner.
It is the best trivia show in the country, bar none, and I'm not kidding you. So here's what happens. So we got the Office trivia, and people love the Office, which is great. Now, this Office trivia show is hosted by one of the cast members, the real Todd Packer. How can you tell I'm Todd Packer? Because I wear a suit. There you go. And so I come out, do a bunch of Packerisms, right? Get the crowd going. Then Rob Mayer, who's been my touring bud, he and I toured together for like 8 years because he's my opener on the road. We do an hour and a half for our comedy show. So anyway, I'll get into that in a minute. But so then he and I have a few general questions for the audience that are very fun and Packer related. Then we begin the 3 rounds of trivia. And it's played on your phone, so no one can cheat. Yes, we've had cheaters, but you can't cheat on the phone because you can't get out of the app and back in, or someone's at the table. You get 30 seconds to answer the question, so you don't really have time to cheat. Anyway, it's played on the phone, and then during each round, yours truly, some call. So I'll either tell a Packer story or a Dave Koechner story from my showbiz career. So there's, I call it kind of a trivia stand-up hybrid show or storytelling show. Let's put it that way. So there's usually a larger story at the end of every round, and now at the end of 3 rounds. Oh, by the way, there's audience participation throughout the show. I mean, yes, obviously they're participating on the app, but then I have audience interactions for things that we do throughout the balance of the evening. So at the end of the 3 rounds, the top 2 teams get to have 2 of their players meet Rob backstage. They rehearse for a scene they're going to do on stage with "What's up, my nerds?" the real Todd Packer. So
now I gotta think there's been some people that get way too into it and make themselves the star of that show or that sketch.
Are you talking about the sketch?
Yeah.
guess what? People get nervous on stage.
Really? There wasn't one person who's like, this is my moment.
Oh, if they do, then it's usually the type of thing where the audience doesn't dig it as much. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
People are like, it's really interesting, the psychology of, what happens is the audience votes on the winner. So at the end of the show, we let the audience determine, is it team A or team B? And it's interesting sometimes when it's a really bad performance, they'll vote for that person out of empathy. I'm not saying the word pity, but it probably is pity. Because Robin will be like, that other team was clearly better, but they didn't like that girl because she was so pretty.
Oh,
damn.
I can see that. Yeah.
Well, you never know.
I think
So
I got
anyway,
a chance in this contest.
yeah. So anyway, it's a fun show. And then for that show, I always do a meet and greet
Is
after the show.
is that-
as Todd Packer? Yeah. Or as T-Bone? Could we get a
Nice,
T-Bone
Johnny.
minute
I
there?
like deep cuts. Well, as if it's Todd Packer because I'm wearing the suit, there's only so much Todd Packer anybody wants. Correct?
Yeah. Well, it can get you in trouble with HR, right?
Well, that's
You
what
have too
everyone
much.
thinks. He is randy or raunchy, but like I don't. People when we take pictures, people want all types of, let's say, borderline questionable poses,
Okay.
and I always just say no. They're like, oh, because they're like, can my wife pretend to be on her knees next to you? And like, no. They're like, oh. What?
It's like he's a rock star.
Yeah, you may run for Senate someday like Al Franken, and that comes back to haunt you.
Well, it's funny. I mean, do you know who Chris Brown is, the singer, the huge singer? He does pictures like that in his meet and greet. I'm like, with your history, I don't know if
What, where he pretends to choke out fans? Or?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's really weird.
I guess it works for him.
You wouldn't believe how many people want. Anchorman. There's the jump.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Can we do the Anchorman jump? No, because it'll take 10 times to get it coordinated, and then all 150 people that are still in line will want something special too.
Yep, always. Yeah.
So this
Those-
trivia thing
those-
isn't something you guys just throw together. This is
Oh, no, it's
a fairly well orchestrated endeavor. So how much for the 2 hours folks are going to get on Sunday the 26th? How much are they going to get trivia, and how much are they going to get Dave Koechner doing his best stories and best bits?
Well, like that, it's heavy on the trivia, but then it's sprinkled throughout with tons of side bits, if you will.
Okay.
If you come on, guys, I don't shut my mouth.
No, and from what I heard, you may take a crap on a cop car, but I may have that story wrong.
Well, if you watch the whole thing, it never happened. Did you watch that?
That's
Okay.
not what this movie star told me. She said you shit your pants in the back of a cop car. That's what I heard.
Oh, the movie star. I know that was a terrible night, and I couldn't believe the stories that came out after it was all over.
Well,
folks, for those listening, I had we don't have time to get into it, but it's on YouTube. This long story about a run-in I had, a misunderstanding I had with the where were we?
You're in
Red
Louisiana,
Stick.
right?
Red Stick.
Some
Baton
good old boys.
Rouge.
Yeah.
Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
Yes. So anyway, no, I'm innocent. I tell you, I'm innocent.
How would they even dust for that? I mean, do you have
Well,
to? Do they
you
take
can't-
prints?
That was the thing. Hey guys, there's nothing there.
Yeah.
You have to have evidence to go tell somebody, well, we know you did something. Clearly I didn't. There's nothing on your car.
Well, and even if you had, they'd run ballistics, right? Because I imagine like a bullet, you'd have tracings on
Jesus.
on your turd, and they'd have to have you do like a sample one, like a test firing, to see if the same grooves are in there.
You're gonna be in trouble when we talk to the lab in 3 days, and we're gonna nail you dead to rights. And I'm gonna need a stool sample right now, and that's why I have my gun up your behind.
Well, I imagine, this at this point in your career, movies, TV, podcast, stand-up, trivia shows now, you can perform on demand without much warm-up. But if some cop is saying, hey, we need you to fill this I guess they'd use some sort of Tupperware, right?
I'll say this, okay?
Could you do it?
That's a high dollar ticket item, sir.
Yeah, that's not included in the show. That's not part of the meet and greet.
Yeah, no photos of that.
That's not a VIP. That's not behind the red carpet.
Well, I mean, I'm in show business. Everything has a price.
Well, you said people ask for weird stuff. That would kind of be name your price.
Okay, how about this one? I do cameos, right?
Yeah.
Because I've got 5 kids. I have had one person ask for pictures of my feet.
Oh, really? Man or woman?
I think it's a dude.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Of course. Why?
Oh.
Women don't like feet.
Just
guys and gay.
We have found someone who knows a little bit about this.
I spend too much time on the internet.
Yeah, would they have been disappointed? I mean, do you do pedicures? Do you keep those bunions sanded off? What's going on down there?
I'm lucky not to have bunions. My poor daughter has them.
Oh,
if there's anybody who's listening out there who
she's gonna love you sharing this.
Well, it's whatever. People have that. I wish there was relief. How about this story? You're talking to Dave Koechner. What do you guys talk about mostly?
Bunions.
His daughter's bunions.
Yeah, let's get back to the trivia.
This
That
is
could
an
be a
odd
trivia
show.
question.
or okay, I got because you said you like deep cuts. I got a deep cut for you because Elric mentioned T-Bone, right? I mean that when you're on SNL, there's a handful of sketches of T-Bone, but it was developed over years and years, and I never knew that you guys actually performed as the band with Tenacious D. So much so, and it took off so well in L.A. There's talk about a movie. And I was telling Elric, I think Norm Hiscock is one of the most underrated writers. I'm a big Kids in the Hall fan, so that
Norm.
So what happened to the movie? Is it just one of those stupid Hollywood stories of we're going to table this and then we'll come back to it and then we'll table it? Like, what happened to that movie?
Let's see. I can't remember if the script got purchased because no, the script did get purchased. I think we wrote it on spec. And it's an interesting thing because you've got a naked trucker as your straight man.
Exactly.
And this ne'er-do-well sidekick who can quote Noam Chomsky at the same time knows the currency of Vietnam. It's dong. It's a bright show. Anyway, we had this long-running stage show in Los Angeles. And it was set to go. And there was a director who was directing a movie, and that's what directors do, Dave. And he was a first-time director, and he was going to direct ours based on this production deal with another high-level director. And then that person got removed from from his job, the directing job, and that's where my show went. That movie went.
Oh man,
What
were the circumstances of this person being removed?
Yes.
So, okay, that sounds.
I wasn't on that movie. That was a different movie. It was a high. Yeah, it was a movie with a comedy movie, and I don't know what happened.
Okay,
I don't know if the studio was unhappy with dailies, all that kind of stuff. But it was too bad because once that person who got his chance to direct his first feature film for a major studio, he got replaced within a couple of weeks, and then that was the end of my picture. Well, I don't blame that guy. I really liked that particular person. And we've had interest, and, there's been people who want to do it this way or that way. But, the Naked Trucker and T-Bone show is no more. We're no longer doing it every other week at Largo. Dave Allen, my partner, moved back to Salt Lake City, back to his parents had lived there. So, that one sadly, in the back of my mind, at least once a week, like I got to write a T-Bone's movie. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dave, thinking about it doesn't do it.
Yeah. Well, I got a feeling right now T-Bone would be very popular. The country seems to be moving in a T-Bone direction. You'd almost be.
I'll tell you what. No,
people might not get the jokes. They'd just be like, "Well, that's the way it works."
Hey, fellas, T-Bone is a fierce progressive. All right.
Oh shit! Okay.
Progressive mean I'm gonna progress my way down to that button on your jeans. What's that?
Yes, and that's that does pretty well these days. I don't know if people would think it's a documentary or a comedy.
Well, the thing is T-Bone's actually very bright, irascible to be sure, but he's a slack-jawed character, so you automatically think that he's got a low IQ. But no, he's actually very sharp and probably the smartest guy in the room. And so it's a fun character.
Those are some of the best characters because, look at Carell, right, in The Office. So we'll go back to The Office. I mean, if he was a total buffoon the whole time, not very good, but he could actually sell paper. and he would move paper, and that was the genius behind it. Larry David isn't always an asshole on Curb, most of the time, but it's the zig and the zag that makes it really good.
Right.
Going back to SNL, you were there for 1 year. Do you look back on that fondly, or because I always think of Jay Moore, who wrote a book, struggling for airtime. He's trying to
gasping for airtime.
Great book, but he seemed miserable while there, but still looks back fondly on it.
Oh, I wasn't miserable when I was there.
Okay,
I
got on air.
Yeah. So as far as Jay goes, I don't know how much airtime he had. I had great airtime.
Yeah.
I had like 3 or 4 reoccurring characters. I did political impressions. There was no reason to let me go. There were 2 people that were associated with the show, not Lorne. Lorne wanted to keep me, but this was a down year. So 1995-96 was the first time that Mad TV was on the air.
Oh yeah.
And Howard Stern had a late night show that year too. Yep. So that was the first time that they'd had real competition in late night against a comedy show. So ratings were down, which gave West Coast a little more leverage on Lorne. Lorne wanted to keep me, but
we know Lorne wanted to keep you because then you worked at late night for.
That's a miss. No, that's printed. Lorne did say, Dave, maybe you can go work at Conan. And so I met with Conan, and he's like, Koechner, I love you, but we don't have a budget for a sketch player. We just do it with the writers. Yeah. So that was Lorne's, attempt to help out. But I got a final conversation with Lorne, which a lot of people never get. So he and I chatted. He gave me some words of wisdom. And so, let me know that he definitely wanted to keep me, but it was West Coast producers, not people on the show who, for whatever reason, just didn't dig me. I'm overly friendly, I would say. And this one particular asshole, I can just tell you, I remember looking back on it, that guy that would visit from West Coast, because I say hi to everybody.
Yeah.
He would never say hello back. But then I was like, oh, well. And
this wouldn't be Ohlmeyer, would it?
No, but okay. I understand that Ohlmeyer, who's passed, was not necessarily a fan either. I did these characters called the Fops with Mark McKinney. They're two. A Fop, for those not quite known about it, a courtesan in the court. Like these looked like British or French courtesans who wore these big wigs. And were always trying to flatter whoever was in front of them with a bit of power. Yes. But anyway, those characters, I didn't figure out what to do with them until I was after the show. Because courtesans, what they do is try to level up in their career, right? So we started that show on the desk with Norm Macdonald. So the next move should have been to try to meet the writers, and then meet Norm, and then meet the head of NBC, and then meet the head of GE, who owned NBC at the time. So it took me, I'll just say someone should have seen that shot, but I don't think there's a lot of art history majors on the show.
What do you make of SNL today? It's always under attack. It's always been under attack, but it seems like, it's more partisan than anything.
Yeah, remember for your folks, they love referencing old Revolutionary War ships. You guys remember old Ironsides, right?
Oh yeah,
of course.
So for the kids, there was a warship, and it was made out of wood during the Revolutionary War, and allegedly it was so well built and the timber used so strong that sometimes cannonballs would bounce off the side of this regal noble ship. So that's what SNL is, isn't it? It keeps sailing. It lists from time to time. It goes through some rough waters, but it keeps going.
Is that from sheer will of Lorne in his genius, or is it?
Well, you guys, aren't you the pundits?
Well, there was just a book about him that came out where they he seems like sort of an inscrutable character, but I think they put 400 or 500 pages out there, and based on the review I saw, they don't really quite seem to have penetrated whatever his hard candy shell is to figure out what makes him tick. But he's got one of the, I think other than 60 Minutes, it's got to be one of the longest running franchises and most successful things on TV.
Mm-hmm. I think you're right. I saw a clip of a interview with Rob Lowe, And he, of course, Rob Lowe has done as much television as anybody, and very, very well, as we know. He said Lorne Michaels probably the greatest television comedy producer of all time.
Sure.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's got his thing. But it's interesting that I have not read the book, but it had been recommended. He's a tough guy to pin down. I mean, I could do a psychological treatise on him, but that's not going to be fair on your show. But, hey, man, it works. And guess what? Dude also produces Jimmy Fallon's show.
Yeah.
And Seth Meyers. So he owns late night.
Mm-hmm. Well, for now, I mean, are you worried about late night, seeing what happened with Colbert and with Kimmel kind of being put on ice? And I guess they took some money away from Seth Meyers, so he had to dump the band. I mean, is that a part of American culture that is not only in jeopardy, but also got to be an important lifeline for guys like you who always have a project to promote or something you're doing where you want to reach a big audience, say, hey, come out and see what I'm up to now, because you're always doing something.
Yeah, I'm not worried about late night. I'm worried about our country. And I'm not a political comic, but I think any sane person in this country, if you turn on your phone or your television every day, there's some really messed up things going on that is not okay. And restricting freedom of speech and straight out lying and saying that you might arrest a governor. I mean, guys, we are beyond the pale. And I'm not talking right or left. But no one can say stuff like that. So that's what's chilling. We are in a very bleak, potentially bleak moment in this country. And I know that's not what our viewers want to talk about. But, everybody knows their guts. Like, I guess the fun's over.
Yeah. Well, is it hard to do comedy now when so many people seem like they're just ready to be upset about one thing or the other?
It seems like stand-up is back and stronger than ever right now.
Oh yeah, I would say so. Yeah. But no, I don't do politics on my show because well, actually, I can't help myself. This twice I do a little. I poke twice, but then you leave it alone. In fact, I'll say I don't do political comedy and then do a political joke. So like, wait a minute. So,
do you see people leave when that happens? I mean, can you see them up there on stage if there's a move towards the exit or people push their chairs back and say, "I didn't come for this shit"?
Right. No, I don't do that much. I will do one little thing that it's over pretty quickly.
So you just jab them and then move on, stick and move.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like you. If kids will remember this one, I act like our audience is 12. Something called a flat tire. If you push on someone's sneaker in the back, it'd be bothersome if they didn't like that type of thing. But no, I don't like that. It's not a bulk of my act.
Okay.
So nobody walks out for that reason.
Okay. Yeah, I think most people put up with one or two jokes. They just don't want a full beat down. Yeah.
That's not my thing. I'm not going to do it. And you always want to find something down the middle. That's the genius. And you find something down the middle that points out the problem and you can satirize it and both sides go, yeah, then that's a winner.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's interesting though, because stand-up will always be political, even if it's not. I mean, we just saw the Riyadh Comedy Festival was like this big thing.
What's funnier than Saudi Arabia?
Well, I mean, there was controversy about it, but what's interesting to me is there's a lot of comics that were like, yeah, I went there. This is what it is. If you don't like it, I'm sorry, which I kind of like it when comics are just like, yeah, I'm doing my thing. But then you have other people like Bill Burr that want to fight back, and it just seems like a really weird situation. And I didn't know in the comic world if people talking about it or people like,
of course. But here's the thing. What if there was a network whose views you didn't agree with?
Mm-hmm.
Are you not going to take that job?
Of course.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it boils down to this, I believe, and this might be what Bill was talking about, who's the greatest. You got to get over there and give your voice and opinion to people that might not have restricted opinions all the time. So now you got this beautiful thing done through comedy, putting out ideas that might challenge the norms of that particular country, which we all believe is autocratic and ruled by a man who's cut up a reporter. But now you've got a chance to go in there and change some minds, possibly. You're not necessarily, this isn't I hate to do comparisons, but I'm going to. South Africa is a different story. For our listeners, I keep saying ours. God, am I in the show?
They're yours now.
We're pleased to have you. Yeah.
South
You're welcome
Africa
back next week,
used
by
to
the
be
way.
an apartheid country, folks, in the last 50 years where blacks and whites were separated. Now, that you don't go do.
Yeah.
Now, you could point out a bunch of atrocities that go on in Saudi Arabia. You could go on and then point out to a bunch of atrocities that the United States has pushed onto this entire world. Do you know how many governments we've overthrown? Sure. So we don't even get into that. So you look at all that stuff, and who's the bad guy? God, here's what your listeners aren't going to like. We murdered 2 million Vietnamese. Would you play that country?
Well, yeah.
That's called the United States of America. So my belief is let speech win. Freedom wins. So
I was always amazed too. A lot of the anger seemed to be like, well, you don't need the money. Why would you do that? It's like, well, it's not always about that. It's
who says?
And what? How much?
Who says?
I know.
Maybe your mom doesn't have insurance.
Shit stirs.
You can't spend someone else's money. We don't know what's going on.
Oh, that's the American way.
And so, how about this one too? So you're mad about a comic making more money? Get mad at fucking Bezos and Elon Musk and all the other robber barons making money. If you're mad about someone getting a fat paycheck, those are the guys to talk about.
Yeah, no, it does seem like there's an opportunity to go there and expose people to something they might not hear. It's almost like comedy as Voice of America, which, of course, they're trying to kill here. So I'm not sure that we're on the right track there. But I definitely would want to have in my contract that if I don't kill, I don't get beheaded. Because there's going to be somebody between you and the mic and backstage in the airport, and if you find out, it's like, well, Dave, your carry-on includes your fucking head in a bag. That doesn't seem like that seems like a rider on your contract you're going to have to insist on.
Well, that's right. I get home alive.
Yeah, kill or be killed, right? If you don't leave them laughing, then
that's right. That's
no
right.
place to hang your hijab.
Why are they so upset about that? When there's real shit going on in this world.
Well, the internet loves pointing out hypocrisy. And I'll just go back to Bill Burr because he seems to be the one who's getting the brunt of it for whatever reason. But in 2011, he had this whole thing about, these people that played for Gaddafi and how terrible it is. And a lot of people will equate the Saudi royal family to Gaddafi and what they did. And 9/11 still rings in a lot of people's heads. That's what they didn't like about it. And they don't like hypocrisy, even though I would argue every person is a hypocrite. At some point in the day, you'll be a hypocrite about something, especially if you're a parent.
So that's fair that someone trolled deep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So wait a minute. Libya had a comedy festival?
No, you know what it was? He was talking about, I want to say, boy, if I'm wrong, whatever. But like people like Beyonce played for Gaddafi's kids and family, like a private show, which to me is different than what happened in Saudi Arabia. But
yes, it is.
If you criticize performing for the Gaddafi regime, you're going to get criticized for performing for the Saudi royal family.
Right. But you weren't performing for the royal family. That wasn't the thing. You're performing. And I think they attended some of the shows. Like, I don't know the whole thing.
Yeah.
But look, our world leaders talk.
Sure. No,
it's tough when you politicize this particular entertainment, So, but it's for good. But I guess the good thing is this: got people talking, didn't it?
Yeah. And it's not just comics. They're paying football players to have a flag football, and they bought So I just can't wait for the Saudis.
Oh, I didn't know that. Is that right?
Yeah, they're paying. I think Tom Brady's going over there. There's even a handful of current players which really surprised me for this flag football tournament that's going to go on in Saudi Arabia. And the WWE's been there. They bought Newcastle in the Premier League. Someday they're going to buy an NFL team. Hopefully the Chiefs. And
careful.
I'm still I'm just pissed about that game Sunday night.
Hey, wait a minute. That was a great game.
Bullshit.
You guys look.
You cannot throw a flag.
I know your secondary's hurt. It wasn't a clean win. You know what I'm most mad about in that game?
that touchdown that Jared Goff caught, the very first touchdown, was such a cool play. You should not be allowed to have a flag on there 3 minutes after the fact. I don't care if it was the right call. You can't. I don't like that.
I was flying home, so I missed that call. That was the first part of it. Was the first half?
It was the very first drive. Yeah.
Oh, what was the flag then? I didn't see it.
Goff went under center and then went in motion. They snapped to Montgomery, who threw it to Goff out on the wing. He bobbled it, caught it, and got a touchdown. The rule is if you're under center, unlike any other person or player in the backfield, you have to pause and reset yourself as a player in the backfield and then go in motion. So, look, it was a penalty. And the Lions should have known the rule.
Did he then shift to halfback for a half a second?
No, he didn't pause. He just went. He tapped the guard, went in motion, caught the ball, and scored a touchdown. But it was such a cool play, Dave. Like, how could they not just let that one go?
Yeah, they stole that from Philadelphia, right?
It's a little different than the Phillies. Little different than the Philly special.
Every team has that play. Every team has that play.
Watch it. It's very different.
Great. And so they put that in practice that week. Yeah. And then these are smart guys, and they messed up. Okay.
Do you make it to a lot of Chiefs games?
I usually like to get to at least one.
Okay.
Yeah. Good.
Is it awkward for you now that Taylor Swift is dating the tight end? I mean, I know you guys had a bad breakup, but I thought you were going to leave Friends.
I'm still dating him too.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the brother, the one who retired,
Jason, yeah.
so he could have more time. Yeah.
Well, both. Yeah.
Oh. What I mean, that is madness. She is taking.
You are very open-minded.
It seems like she is just taking. I mean, she's taken over the world. I have little girls, so Swift. I'll consider myself a Swiftie. I admire the shit out of her.
Yeah,
but it blows my mind how she has taken over the NFL in that city in particular. When she shows up to the stadium, it's like everything shuts down for her. It's weird. Have you experienced a game where she's at?
Well, can we talk about when I'm at the game and they have to shut things down? No, Dave, because that's not reality. Look. I feel for the gal as much as this human who's accomplished so much and has touched so many people, the way that she can just conduct somewhat normal life. I applaud her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've never snuck into her suite at a game? You never just
she sits with the owners.
She does. Okay.
I drop by there sometimes. Hey, it's Kex. Can I come by the box?
No, who are you? Get out of here.
Right.
Yeah,
get this man out of the stadium.
Bring more towels.
Right.
We're out of coffee. Yeah. Exactly.
And a mop and a bucket. Exactly. A job you're suited for. Watch that.
Well, I think the Chiefs need to stop winning. You guys have had your run. We're done with it,
sir. Okay.
Done with the Chiefs.
I wait. Look, if you're a Lions fan, my heart goes to you.
Yeah.
I waited 50 years between Super Bowls. Okay, I was 9 when they won their first Super Bowl. 50 years later, we win. So come on, I don't care.
Well, it's like money. How many Super Bowl wins do you need? You've had enough.
Well, as many as the Patriots, I guess, is the answer. Because the people didn't start hating the Patriots till year 7.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
But everyone loves Mahomes. And look, to me, it's like the fact that we're able to still do this because, you're hamstrung on your draft picks, right? Mm-hmm. As it should be. You got balance in the game. But we've got this incredible GM that just keeps making these amazing finds. So look, it's a great organization. Again, it comes down to organization.
Yeah.
And we've got a great organization. You look at some of these teams, and you guys know who you are, whose families have owned these teams forever, that they're just, this is not something you should do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they're all in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or New Jersey.
It's tough, but God, we love the game, don't we?
Oh, it's so good. I know the NFL, for all their missteps here and there, it's like, it doesn't matter because their product,
doesn't matter.
Their product is so great.
We love it.
I know.
I love the game.
You're a brave man coming into Detroit and doing a comedy show on a Sunday with Lions Fever, but it sounds like you'll be off the stage in time for kickoff, so you're not completely insane.
Sir, I believe the Lions have a bye that weekend.
Oh, do they?
They do, yeah.
Wow, okay, so you're next level chess player. You worked this whole thing
insane in the membrane.
That's why he's got that giant calendar.
Got no brain.
So I play beer league hockey on Sunday nights, and for years we've never had to worry about the Lions. And for the last 3 games, we have teams canceling because they'd rather watch the Lions than play hockey, which is unheard of. That's how much Lions fever has taken this town over. But I think And I think Koechner and the Lions, Koechner and Kickoff, that would be kind of a nice, that'd be a nice twin bill.
Yeah, so now it's a 4-hour
And if they were
show.
playing Green Bay, it'd be Packer and the Packers, right? You could ride this thing all the way, the way into February.
A lot of packing. It's in a very cold temperature.
Yeah, you and the Kelsey brothers, it's packing all over the place with this place.
Yeah.
We developed the theme here.
I think you have a bye week or you play earlier in that day. I know Rob, who does a show with me, had mentioned like, oh, that's great. Because I think before we took the gig, we checked on Sunday because I'm doing a show first in, come on, Dave, in Bryan, Ohio.
Yeah, the Funny Bone.
Yeah, then I go to Perrysburg, which some call Toledo, and then up to Mark Ridley's. It's a great venue.
Love Mark.
Oh, it is terrific.
I love that venue.
And he's an institution. He's kind of the Lorne Michaels of Detroit, really, when you think about it.
Boom, nailed it.
And have you've been there before? I take it.
Yeah.
What's when you do your gigs, do you try and put together a tour like a rock band where you're going geographically, or do you fly out for certain gigs because like this is a date, this is a club I want to do, this is an event?
Yeah. Oh, there's the calendar. Oh my God, this thing's huge.
Yellow is stand-up, guys.
Okay.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, brother, tell me.
Wow.
Five kids, guys. 5 kids.
should have 3.
Yeah, you get it. Let's see. Blue are movies and TV. So there you go.
All right. Well, what movies and TV are you doing that you're going to be in that we're going to see you?
Let's see. I can't say the TV yet. I guess people want to announce on their timeline. And so some movies. I guess I'm not supposed to say those either. Although I did. This has been published. I did a remake of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes earlier this year.
Oh no! What? Really?
You're welcome.
Yeah. Well, people have been clamoring for that. I think isn't the big pause line there the dramatic line? Tomato. I mean, you got to deliver that.
I say this. I've got 5 kids. I don't turn down work.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, I was in Piranha 3 Double D.
Yeah.
You're like the Michael Caine of comedy.
Thank you, sir.
And my daughter, who's an aspiring comedian, was impressed with the number of horror shows in your repertoire.
I've been discussed in your house.
With much reverence, in fact. Some irreverence, too. But
yeah. So Final Destination 5. Krampus, is that considered a horror movie?
Yeah.
By the way, have you guys seen Krampus?
Yeah.
I have not.
Yeah.
Is that the daughter? Hi,
yeah, this is my daughter, Sophie.
How are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you? I've been
Good.
hiding.
What's your name?
I'm Sophie.
Sophie Ehrlich.
That's
it.
me.
No, Elric.
Elric.
Yeah.
I like Ehrlich. Like I've been hiding in the corner this whole time.
Observing and learning and taking notes.
Love it.
She's learned so far, don't have 5 kids if you want to retire.
That's right.
Are you in the basement?
Oh yeah.
I love it. Love it even more. Go ahead, Sophie. What were you going to say?
About Krampus?
Oh yeah, I saw it in the theater.
When I was doing press, I would say the movie is a holiday. It's the 4 H's, a holiday horror with humor and heart.
Correct. I actually went to a Krampus-themed haunted house one time.
Love it.
That was the theme, and I got chased through like a maze by a tall ass dude dressed in a Krampus outfit.
Is that in? Oh, okay.
It was in Michigan. It was crazy.
That wasn't one of your gigs, was it?
Did you get points? Did you get residuals for that for the haunted house?
No,
yeah. Did you guys get any revenue for that? I sure hope so.
Well, no. The year that the movie came out, I went with the director because I think we're in Pittsburgh, and there was a house dedicated to Krampus. That particular year, they decided to do a Krampus-themed haunted house.
Wow. See, what I thought was the scariest part of the movie, and I remember it to this day, was the part when the power went out and the kids are all watching a movie and the iPad died. I was like, shit.
Oh, wow.
Like that, you can't let that iPad die in the power outage. You get that portable battery. Like, it's stuck. I'm like, those kids in the iPad, no. Like, I've got mine here with my
the horror. Sticker. I will say this about Krampus. I do say Krampus is a family horror movie.
It is.
Okay.
Sophie, and there's only 2 drops of blood in the movie.
Yeah. But the dog, they will say for dog lovers, that part was hard to watch because the dog. Spoiler alert for Krampus,
Yeah,
however
geez,
many
give
years.
it away.
Yeah, spoiler. But like, isn't that every horror movie? Like the dog gets hurt. I don't know.
I thought the dog is the hero of the movie.
Oh yeah, well you'll just have to watch Krampus to find out.
There's a cliffhanger. Well,
I think don't you play the dog?
Thank you, Sophie.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm sorry.
Sophie, let me fully answer your question. Yes, but only every day of my life.
That's right.
well, David, we were watching some of your stand up, and you were talking about how your daughter talked you into getting another dog. She made a presentation, and I have 2 dogs, and my daughters were both away, and we thought they both want to get a dog, and we thought that'd be a good idea. And so now they're home, and now I have 4 dogs, which I didn't see happening.
No presentation.
And we have an older dog, and he wears diapers.
Oh, no.
And I'll tell you, it's been very instructive because I'm learning how they're going to treat an old guy who wears diapers. And I'm not really encouraged about where things are headed for me. There's not a lot of patience for us incontinent older fellas.
Out in the barn?
Yeah, I hope your daughters are appreciating your humping on the road and, because we're all headed for those diapers.
That's true. I'm sorry that your dog's having how old is that dog?
He's 14 and counting.
Wow. A larger dog?
About 65 pounds, but he still gets out. He still eats, so he's doing good. But we got about a dozen reusable diapers, and it's not a pretty thing.
Oh God! Gross.
Well, we always say this about the aged. Does that dog have kids?
Yeah, we kind of cut that off early. Yeah.
I got Sophie to laugh, dude. My day is made.
I've been cracking up over here.
Well, you might see her at Mark Ridley's. I mean, that's
Are you going to come? How old are you, Sophie? You're in high school?
Thank you. That's been my new response.
No?
I'm 25 actually.
Yeah.
Oh my, that's hilarious.
I know,
Young lady, you've got blessed genes from your handsome papa.
Oh yeah, and
he doesn't need that ego.
Yeah, we need the DNA check.
Helps. Like this overcast, flashback. You're like, who's that? That little girl. I'm a porcelain doll right now.
Are you a fan of The Office?
I hate being the person that's like I haven't watched it all in full. But like I've watched episodes, like I've never watched it all chronologically. But like anytime it's on Comedy Central, I'm sitting down and like anytime I'm like, I guess I'll watch an episode, I end up watching like 5. So
yes, well you're not alone. I've not watched the series myself, but I have 5 kids, so that's my excuse.
Yeah.
We have people who have watched it 50 times, all 9 seasons.
Oh man!
And you know what? They don't always win.
That's fair. Wow. No, I kind of want to like test my knowledge. Say like, oh, I remember that. I hate like the new thing the kids are saying is, oh, I've seen clips. Yeah.
Oh,
all right, you're right. Oh, so you don't go deep cuts?
No, I've seen episodes. I don't watch clips. So
okay, I was wondering if I could throw something out. I'll ask you this one. You want a trivia question there, Sophie?
Let's try. I'll practice. This is my practice round. Okay.
How many kids does Meredith have?
Oh shit.
That's tough.
1, 2, 3, or 4?
You got 25% chance.
I think
on this
it's
one.
3.
I'm so sorry. It's 2.
That was my second choice, and I'm like, you can't say B or C. That's not how it works. So yeah.
I love your name is Sophie, and you brought up Sophie's Choice.
That's right.
Another comedy.
Oh yeah, the funniest.
Another underappreciated Nazi comedy.
And you played the baby in that, right?
The baby in Sophie's Choice.
Yeah, you were the baby.
Edelweiss.
Sophie's done some stand-up, David, and she had one show where she kind of died.
It was in Royal Oak, actually.
Oh, geez.
Mm-hmm. But
I was thinking of the one in East Lansing. I guess there's more than one. But
oh my gosh, you're so right.
But how do you handle that? Because I've heard comedians say that until you've died, you haven't really done it, and that you have to have that. And I saw Colin Quinn die in Boston one time, and obviously. He's overcome it, but what is that like, and how do you deal with that?
Well, it's just a night, so you just go.
Yeah.
The thing is, who knows why, right? It's you're not writing, you're not doing a whole new hour because you do that 5 minutes at a time and bank it, and then make sure you've got an hour. So it's, it has to be several circumstances that come together and create an atmosphere that the show just doesn't work.
I would imagine too. You want to get right back on stage. No, it's not. It's not like another at bat.
You might have 2 shows that night.
Yeah.
It might be a 2-show Friday, might be a 2-show Saturday. But yeah, I personally wouldn't want to go right back on stage. But Charlie, thank you for taking Eve to school. Charlie got up early and took Eve to her bus. Say what's
Thanks,
up,
Charlie.
What's up?
Hey, Chef.
Round of applause for Charlie.
What's that, Sophie?
I said round of applause for Charlie.
Round of applause for Charlie. As Charlie would say, good looks. Good looks, Pop. So you don't dwell on what doesn't work. And you usually know why it didn't work. I remember a show that was not good in Tampa years ago. And it was a Friday late show, and it wasn't well attended. Now, the Friday early show was sold out. Then the Friday late show, there's like less than 50. So that audience thinks what? Oh, we've made the wrong choice.
Oh.
Right? And so that figures in.
Okay.
Then it just might be not such that it's a bad show. Maybe there are people that have never been to a comedy show before, so they're not predisposed to laugh. Maybe they're tight and nervous. Maybe they watch a lot of comedy on television, and you don't laugh out loud in your house. Yeah. So there's all these circumstances that might come together to create what we think is a bad show. Now, a bad show is people walking out and they hate your material. That's never happened to me.
Okay.
And that'd be tough. If it's if it's an audience, you never blame your audience.
Okay.
Don't blame the audience.
We blame ours all the time.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, both of them. They're both assholes. But do you ever have it where you maybe have back-to-back bad shows? I mean, where you're sort of like, I'm in a bad run, or you just
no?
You have a night, you shake it off, you're back at it.
There's nothing. I've been very fortunate. There's nothing been devastating in my career. Okay. Plus, I'm an improviser.
Yeah,
that's what I started with. So if it's taking a tank, then grab an oar.
Yeah.
So find purchase. They just like, to me, that night in Tampa, I said, okay, I don't know what's going on. You guys aren't in the mood. Let's do a Q&A, or I'm going to start asking the audience questions. So you pivot.
Yeah, you're living off the land. Well, that's the last time you do the Amish electric car convention. That's always a tough start.
Oh, you go deep in those Reddit threads.
They're going to be, yeah. It's, I mean, maybe that didn't happen. I don't know, but it's people we're talking about. It's still legendary.
Although the people that don't get the joke, the Amish don't drive cars, folks.
Yeah, not really big on electricity either.
We got the joke. We just didn't laugh because he was bombing.
Oh,
that's actually really funny because one time when I was auditioning for an improv team, the bit is that the people in the family were Mormon, and I mixed up Mormon and Amish.
Oh, boy.
Oh, well.
And I was like, they were Mormon. I was like, yeah, no, but we're not in a car right now.
Oh,
and
ouch.
like everyone's like, what's going on? But then I like turned it around and I made it that I made my character be like, oh, that's right. I mixed them up. And then someone else was like, honey, have you been drinking again? And I was
what'd you say?
I don't want to talk about it. And then we made it into a bit. And
good. So you said yes.
Yes,
and.
Yeah.
And
well
then,
done.
And then I made the team for 2 years. And then,
all right.
Yeah, 2 years. That's a special too. But then my last year, this is deep to cut. I didn't think I'd be talking about this. Oh, deep cut on the pod today, but
save some money on therapy now.
Yeah,
that's okay. Go ahead.
I gotta tell the real people. The world needs to know. But my last year, they decided to go in a different direction when it was like a younger, hotter.
Was it Don Ohlmeyer? Did he get rid of you?
Nice.
Yeah.
So Sophie, I was let go of a very high profile job as well.
Yeah, no kidding.
But you know what, Sophie, that stuff's usually a blessing.
Yeah, exactly. They were making lots of crazy jokes that I didn't get, which was kind of embarrassing. So I'm like,
that's not what improv's about. It's not about jokes. It's about the relationship of the two people on stage.
And they would all like hug each other and like not stop hugging. And I was like, you all have boyfriends and girlfriends. I'm not saying
hugging
names.
After the show or
during they all would act like they were in love and stuff. Like they'll flirt with each other.
Yeah, a lot.
Okay.
Are you sure this was improv and not some kind of cult?
Yeah. Could be that Amish Salt Lake City cult, but
you never know.
Yeah, we're glad we got you out of there, Soph.
Yeah, a lot of the routines usually ended up with a poop joke, you know. So it was kind of like, yeah. But you know what? I think Dave Koechner here is proof that you lose a gig and you gain 700 gigs and become
and then get featured on the ML Soul Detroit podcast.
Yeah, well, this it's all downhill from here now, of course. But I mean, you know, every time you're on screen, you steal the show. I mean, I just think of you in Talladega Nights, you know, one of the smaller roles, and you steal it. You know, Champ Kind, obviously huge. Todd Packer, people love these characters, and I still crack up at T-Bone. I mean, you get to play this guy with the worst comb over in the world, and you get to prank Christopher Walken. I mean, people. You know, this is shit I would do for free, and you've made a career out of it. And
well, thank you.
And we're grateful you're going to be here in Royal Oak on the October 26th. It's a Sunday. You're not competing with the Lions, who it turns out weren't competing with the Chiefs, which Dave's not too broken up about.
The Lions are going to be there at the end of the year. We all know.
Well,
the Lions are good.
That'd be a great matchup in the Super Bowl.
My God, yeah,
that would be one for the ages.
Yeah.
The
entire country would be rooting for the Lions.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I think, you know, the Chiefs aren't quite there yet, but you are going to get to that Patriots level where it's like,
they're there.
These guys again.
We are there.
You are there.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Look, when I'm at home going, they should have called that.
Yeah, no penalties. That's interesting. 13 against Jacksonville, none against Detroit.
Yeah, that was a pick.
Yeah. Well, that's we'll get you in the big game. But Dave, thanks for coming on. It's been a real treat to spend some time with you. We're looking forward to seeing you at Ridley's Comedy Castle, and we can't wait to see what those projects are that are coming up. So let us know, and you're welcome back anytime. This was awesome.
You guys are always fun. Sophie, you've made it even more fun. Thank goodness.
I appreciate you. You're cracking me up over here too.
Well, good. So I would love. I hope if you guys come by Sunday, please say hello.
Will do.
Yeah. I think I think we'll be there.
Right on, man. I appreciate you.
Okay,
thank you so much.
This was great.
All right,
man.
guys.
Thanks,
right
Dave.
on. God bless. Have a great day.
Have a good day.
All right. Peace. Bye, Sophie.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Football season is here. If your plan for retirement is to hit an 8-leg parlay, maybe you should call or text Luke Nowacki at 248-663-4748 after that fails, or maybe even before you place that long shot bet. Because the key to long-term investing is to have less anxiety in the markets than Maz has on the Sparty concourse. And when you call Luke, he'll make it all about you, sweetheart.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through
Mosaic Wealth.
Inc. member FINRA SIPC.
Mosaic Wealth.
Inc. is separately owned, and other entities and or marketing names, products, or services referenced here are independent.
Mosaic Wealth.
Inc.
Oh man, the geeks have inherited the earth.
Did I do that?
What a dork.
Does him wanting to play with us again mean that he's turning into a geek, or we're turning into cool guys?
I was tempted to make this week's geek the athletic departments and the universities that give big buyouts to football coaches after what I saw in East Lansing on Saturday. But no. No.
Think about that.
I'm going to try and keep it positive. And I'm going with a real deep cut, and I apologize. This is for radio nerds and journalists only.
I'm in.
But this week's geek, I've wanted to make her a geek for a long time, is Cooper Lawrence, the health and wellness reporter for CBS Radio News. She seems to do.
This is a really deep one.
Yeah, I know it is. But hear me on this, and I think people will get where I'm coming from. We as journalists have to be objective, and we have to try and make sure that people know that there's nobody influencing what we're reporting. She is the health and wellness reporter for CBS News, the Tiffany Network, one of the leading news organizations in the world, and she does hot reads for health and wellness products. Now, Miles, what's his name? The big guy, Garrett, who does their White House stuff. He will go on and he'll talk about something for your dog or for some sort of life lock. Major Garrett. Yeah, who I think is a good reporter, and he'll hype some shit, which I don't think he should be doing. I think he's probably handsomely compensated. He doesn't need to flog products.
Yeah.
But at least it's not related to his gig, whereas she's the health and wellness reporter. And now she's telling you, eat this supplement, do this, do that. That just undermines confidence in journalism. It's outrageous, and it feels like it's understating it to call her a geek. But since nobody really knows who she is, we're going to raise her profile. Cooper Lawrence, you shilling son of a gun, you are this week's Geek of the Week.
There's an all-night party in room 7609. And you can dance together all night if you've got the time.
Okay, folks, it's time to stop living off DJ Weiser, who sent us several great suggestions and some pretty good stories for Room 7609. This is where you tell us what you want to hear, but more importantly, you tell us why it means something to you. We love a great story. We love a weird story. We love a funny story. We'll even take a ponderous story. Ponderous, man. Sometimes they get really ponderous. But this week you've let us down, and I said to Mark, well, I could come up with a new wave tune, and my daughter said, no, we don't need any more of that old stuff. I got a song for you, and after that she's going to tell us why you should go to the Caju Cafe, not just because she works there every once in a while, but because it's a great place for a great time. So Nepo baby, take it away.
Hey guys, it's everyone's favorite nepotism baby, Sophie Elric, coming to take over host of Detroit, Soul of Detroit.
Yeah, we're working on it still.
Yeah, we're working on it. We're just, that coffee didn't kick in yet. I'm sorry. Anyways, so the song I would like to talk about today is from one of my current favorite artists. Her name is her name is Marina, formerly Marina and the Diamonds.
One name? Just one name person?
Even Gladys Knight ditched the Pips.
Yeah, Marina. And so the song I will be featuring is a song I like called Metallic Stallion. And if my Pegasus tattoo isn't confirmation enough that I'm a former horse girl, my enjoyment for this song is another contender of reasons why. But I went to her concert impulsively recently, and like just on a whim, I was like, you know what, why not? And Metallic Stallion came on, and the visual was awesome because it was just a beautiful horse running through a meadow, and I was like,
good. I was a little worried about Metallic Stallion. Is that like a
a euphemism?
No,
like Steely Dan.
Exactly. There you go.
Maybe.
And now I'm not so sure about the Iron Butterfly either.
I don't know, but it was great. Anyway, I've been listening to it, like the album in general, Princess of Power, to plug the whole album. I've been listening to that since, and I played Metallic Stallion when I had the honor of giving this man right here, ML, a ride to an appointment. And after, he's like sitting here and he's like, this is a really good song.
It's almost as good as New Wave.
It's like, wow, I really like this. It's giving like Euro pop. And I'm like, yeah, this is Marina. Like, she's like New Wave. Like, the audience was lots of teenage girls. Like, and so like, it was awesome. Like, her audience, like a lot of her fans are like teenage girls. Like, a lot of girls were there with their parents. And then it was like me. It was awesome. And then my dad's like, this is like really good. And I'm like,
sounds like he's got to go to the next one.
I'm like,
how many of those teenage girls are 18 and over? What's going on?
No, just me. No, no, it was a great time. I got a mocktail there, and it had all their drinks had ice cubes that were rainbow and glowy. So that was very fun. Probably also why it was $15.
So did Katy Perry, just saying.
Yeah. Oh, really? Is this a Marina Katy Perry? Are they feuding? Is
they are now.
They are. We're announcing it here.
That'd be great for Marina's career to get in a beef with Katy Perry.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. But anyway, yeah, it's a really good song. Like I mentioned, ML likes it. I don't like. Yeah.
I don't know if that helps.
That's two Elrics.
Two Elrics are fans. All the teenage girls love it. It's giving new wave Euro pop. She is British as well, so
interesting.
So that might be why. I don't know.
Yeah. So take that, Sean Winder. Well, it's getting ponderous. So why don't you kick that, Spinderella?
Yeah.
I had a dream that I'd always been yours. My metallic stallion races off, but I chase him fast till I get on top. I'm the one he can't break off. I've been waiting for your love so long, but I'm gonna be ready, gonna sing my song. My metallic stallion races off, but I chase him fast till I get on top, till his reins come off. 'Cause he acts so tough, but he likes it soft. No, he's scared of love, but all bets are off. I'm the one he can't break off. I feel like I've been a fool. I've been thinking what's the use, 'cause you don't feel a thing. No, my baby don't want, no, we don't want love, 'cause he'd rather be alone than have to open up. My metallic stallion races off, but I chase him fast till I get on top, till his reins come off. 'Cause he acts so tough, but he likes it soft. No, he's scared of love, but all bets are off. I'm the one he can't break off. Ever since I was young, love had me confused. And now I realize that I've been a fool. You know that I'd always stay, but you just keep running away. Now I see that you don't wanna be saved. My metallic stallion races off, but I chase him fast till I get on top, till his reins come off. 'Cause he acts so tough, but he likes it soft. No, he's scared of love, but all bets are off. I'm the one he can't break off.
So that's Marina with Electric Stallion, or is it Iron Stallion?
Metallic Stallion.
Metallic Stallion. You know, again, don't read too much into it, folks. But if you'd like to share an undiscovered gem with us, if you'd like us to dig into something that means something to you, maybe it's a big hit, but you have a great story that kind of makes it your own, send your suggestions and your story to mlsoulofdetroit@gmail.com. And when you're not doing that, you can go to our sponsor, the Caju Cafe, who helps us come back week after week. Soph, what's going on at the Caju this week?
Hey everybody. So this week at the Caju on Wednesday, we've got Detroit's longest running karaoke night going from 8 until 12 p.m. And then on Thursday, they've got their open jazz jam with the Bill Myers Group, Detroit's longest running jam session, which is from 8 to 11 p.m. And then on Friday the 17th, we've got the tribute to Jimi Hendrix by the Chris Kurzawa Group from 7 to 11 p.m. And there's a $20 cover for that. And then on the 18th of Saturday, we have Pazman Super Session from 8:30 to 12 p.m. Well, 8:30 p.m. to 12 a.m. Don't go at noon. It's not a matinee.
Well, you get there early to get good seats because they're going to sell out.
They might just not be. They might not be clocked in yet. Is all. But and then on Sunday the 19th, they've got Maruga and Friends Cosmic Boogie from 3 to 6:30 p.m. That one is a matinee. That's not 3 a.m. And then then right on up to Monday, they've got Tasha Owens and the Stable Dudes Open Jam from 8:30 to 11:45 p.m. And then, of course, every Monday they've got their Muscle Madness, which is all you can eat mussels. So you can enjoy a show with a great bowl of mussels.
Yeah, these guys have more muscles than John Cena, and you can't believe how many different ways they prepare them. So check it out. There's always great things going on at the Caju Cafe. There's feather bowling. There's live music, indoors, outdoors. They got it all, and you can find out more about them at cajucafe.com. And if you go, make sure you tip your servers and your bartenders, of course. Mark, I was going to have you cue up that great Max Prokop music bed for our donors, but we only need one measure because no new donors, no soulmates, no one-time donors, nobody, I
still like the song, though.
It is. Well, okay, then I'll drag it out a little bit. We're not sure what's going on with Sean, and we might not need a cure for whatever it is, but we'd still like you to donate generously to try and cure whatever it is Sean may or may not have, and you can do that.
Said he's caught a bug.
A bug.
Flying all over the country.
Well, so that could happen to any of us. So don't think of it as saving Sean. Think of it as saving yourself by not saving money, by giving some of us. Mark, how do people make those generous one-time donations?
Oh, there's a link right at the top of mlsolodetroit.com.
So it's pretty
click
easy
on it,
then.
donate via PayPal, Venmo. We make it so easy to take your money.
Yeah, so it's pretty easy. Don't make me look like a fool by saying, well, I was going to do it, but it's really complicated. Mark just laid it out.
Easy.
It couldn't be any more straightforward. And, of course, if you'd like to be a soulmate for as little as $5 a month, and you can give more, and when you give more, you get more, but for just $5 a month, you support the show, and you get to watch amazing opportunities that we had to interview big shots like Dave Koechner, who was just great. I mean, I hope that you guys go see him on October 26th because there's a meet and greet too. So if you saw him and you heard him and you thought, boy, I really would like to meet that guy, guess what? You can do it. You just got to get off your ass and go do it. We love to hear from you too. You can write to us at mlsoulofdetroit@gmail. I want to ask for some forgiveness from Pat from Plymouth. Oh no, I got to do some reading. He wrote a couple weeks ago, and I guess maybe I was still hungover, and he says, ML should crush 8 beers before every show, even though he sounded like a drunk Muppet on the verge of tears. It was very entertaining. Of course, he was referring to my Zoom in from Munich during Oktoberfest. He says, looking forward to his lengthy recap of the trip this week. Well, actually, it was now last week. And you can catch that. That's the Road Warriors episode where Sean and I talk about our trips to exotic places. I went to Berlin. I went to Prague. I went to Munich. I saw where the Nazi headquarters was. I saw Dachau. I went from the top to the bottom and everything in between. Yet Sean wanted to talk about his trip to Des Moines. So it's all there for you last week. Please, if you miss him this week, there was a lot of Sean on offer last week, and we think Erica will be back with us next week. So please let us know what you think. Tell us what you think about Dave. And if you want to go to the show, send us an email. Maybe we can set up a little meetup or something like that in Royal Oak. It would be great to see you and to see him. It's going to be a great show. Mark, it's always good to see you, even though I found out you like to be chained in a basement with dudes. Not judging.
Got to make a living.
Yeah, it's the oldest profession, I'm told. So good luck with that, and just use protection.
Always.
Okay. Until next week, folks, we appreciate you hanging out with us on this Tuesday and every day. We will be back next week with another episode of The Soul of Detroit. But until then, we ask our friend Cyrus, like T-Bone, to take us out.
Can you dig that?
Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Sean Windsor.
Would you please refrain from talking to the prisoner?
Hey, listen here, I'm just trying to lighten the mood up, all right? This here fella's about to be fried eggs over easy with his gosh almighty eyes just popping straight on out there, all right? So I thought he might appreciate a little what? Levity, that's what. Maybe I'll just go back to my
sports column.